Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Citrine, and I hope the wind is not too loud again. It has just been so windy, I think across all of the US, and I think across a lot of the world right now. This, time of year, more windy than usual. So, today, I bring you a little show and tell. I have a ton of tarot decks and oracle decks, and this one I think is just so pretty. So hopefully the sun's not glaring too brightly on this. But this is the Southern Gothic Oracle. This is a 45 card deck, and it does come with a guidebook. And it is themed with the American South. So Texas to Florida, about as far north as Kentucky. Ohio River Valley area, southern Indiana, southern Ohio. Technically, I think they're their own location, Ohio River Valley, but I think some of Kentucky gets grouped in with the South, especially given that its neighbor to the south is Tennessee. So this, I can't remember, I've had this for like 2 years, I think. I can't remember where I bought it. I bought it online. I think I bought it from the actual artist's website, but I might be wrong. I'll find it and I'll link it. Actually, no, I can't link things. That's what it is. Sorry. I cannot link it, but you can Google the Southern Gothic Oracle if that's what you're interested in. And it is by Stacey Williams. And you can buy it, I think, from the artist website. And I think there's a few other places that also sell it. But yeah, so it comes in this nice little box. It has the Southern Gothic Oracle down the side. This really pretty pattern that has like different hints of like what's in the deck, like squirrels and snakes and bugs and things, wishbone, horseshoe at the top. Yeah, it's just a repeating pattern, like a wallpaper. And then here we have our description. It says, with hand-painted illustrations and evocative prompts, the Southern Gothic Oracle is a must-have for readers interested in regional folklore. This card deck contains a potent mix of objects and symbols from Ozark folkways, Appalachian wisdom, biblical scripture, root work, Celtic tradition, and hoodoo. Includes a printed guidebook written and illustrated by Memphis artist Stacey Williams. So I'm a big fan of this. I love the Southern Gothic aesthetic, but I also do just really love interesting, unique card decks. So, just lifts off. And yes, this is entirely upside down for me. I have used this deck, so they are not in any particular order. Here's our little guidebook. Oh, wow, they're very cold. I guess I had them close to an air conditioner. We've got a guidebook here that has the mason jar from the front, and I think the blue mason jar is definitely a big symbol of the South. And it just has information. Like, oh, here's a good one for spring. I do have to turn this around so I can read it. The 6th card is Dogwood Blossoms, representing sacrifice and rebirth. Down south, legend has it that the dogwood was the tree used to create Jesus' cross. God cursed the tree so it would never grow large enough to crucify again. Its branches would be twisted and gnarled. My car is talking, I'm sorry. I am in my car. If you heard that, that was my car talking. But in return, God gave it fragrant blossoms to appear each year, marked with the bloody wounds of Christ. The dogwood card signalizes spiritual transformation and a time of new beginnings. Like the mythical transformation of Christ from crucified criminal to resurrected deity, you are facing a cathartic change in your life that represents the destruction of the old to make the new come alive. In your new form, you will emerge as a beautiful tree, brimming with life and energy. Embrace your evolution as a fresh start. This card urges you to let go of old issues or beliefs. It may be telling you that you need to cut down the past like a dead tree in order to open yourself to the light like a spring blossom. But that's all that's in there. There's a couple different some stuff on the Southern Gothic fiction, like reference books, further reading. These are things that inspired the deck. About the artist, elements, things like that. If you want to get even more into the cards, but there's that. And I know usually in videos I show my nails. We're not talking about the nails this time. They have overgrown. They've grown out very far, so they're not super pretty right now. So we'll just flip through some of these, I think, and the art is just so pretty. So, like, one of the first cards here on top is a 30 card, and it shows kudzu. And if you're from the South, you're very familiar with kudzu. It's an invasive plant from Japan that it just takes over any and all wild plant life in the South. Fortunately, it's good eaten for a lot of farm animals and wild animals. Sorry, gotta get a sip of water. Hydrate or dehydrate, friends. So there's the kudzu card. Just the art is just so brilliant. I do hope that it's not too terribly bright. So yeah, that looks really pretty. Next we have the alligator, number 43. Silence and introspection. Introspection. To make sure I was saying that right. Very big symbol of the South there. I can try to stack them on my leg, but it's not going to work. There it is, the mythical mason jar. This one looks almost green in this painting, but like you get the idea. Mentorship and protection. And this card at 24. Really pretty. Big southern vibes with a mason jar. Roots, influence, and support. I love the colors on that dish. A nest of wasps. Teamwork and order. The detail work is so pretty. Her artwork is gorgeous. Altar water. It says say really tiny on there. Let's see the pretty little orchid painted on the bottle. Symbols are ritual and renewal. The armadillo basket. Grounding, fierce protection. The copperhead, Seen quite a few of those in my day. Deception and bad influences. Just look at that. So pretty. Maybe, if I do this fast enough, we'll do a little drawing as well. See if there's anything that the Oracle deck has to share with you all. The Peacock. Vanity and Pride. I like the way it's in the light right now. Look at all that detail on the feathers and everything. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Reminds me of the South, like, a lot. Surprisingly, even though I don't even think peacocks are native to the United States, but I think at this point in the South they are. And of course, a big symbol of the South, the bayou. Emotions and manifestation. Just a really pretty card. Like the sunlight coming through the trees. I love bayous. They're so neat. Such an interesting ecosystem. Oh, this one was upside down. And the raccoon. Look at his cute little face. Oh my goodness. Curiosity and perseverance. Look at that cute little face. How cute. Once again, her detail work is just magnificent. Live oak, longevity and reliability. Like if you've been to the South, you've definitely seen a tree like this. Black coffee, shadow work and awakening. I do not like coffee. I really don't. I know a lot of people do. I just don't like coffee. But I love the tablecloth, the floral tablecloth underneath it. I've never liked it. The smell of it, just ew. And the taste of it, terrible. No matter what you put in it, you'll never make me like coffee. Ooh, the black walnut tree. Discernment and self-worth. I thought it was discernment, but I just had to look at it right side up first. Just to double check. The panther. Strength and power. Look at that. Not much to even say about this card other than wow. Vanity set. Self-awareness and clarity. I love the mason jar of flowers on the corner. Very cute. The brush, the silverback brush. Definitely gives you a glimpse of like a different time period almost. A different feeling. A pair of shoes. Like Sunday best looking shoes. Some dress shoes. Coupling and right? Am I reading that right? Yeah. Coupling and partnership. Coupling and partnership. I doubt the words I know. Dress shoes maybe for, like I said, Sunday best or a wedding or business work. Pine cone, representing third eye and new perspectives. justice and karma. A little bit out of my realm of knowledge, but like I get it, I think. Pretty sure I'm right, at least. See like the roots and like flower petals around. The axe. Division, lessening. It's almost like the eye of the wood works right with the axe blade. Like the axe blade is already warping the staple. It's used, you can see by the shape of it. The dog. Oh goodness, look at that. Loyalty and belonging. Look at that silly little face. He looks so almost out of place with the rest of the cards. But he's not. Fits right in. He looks like he knows something that I don't know. And that's okay. Maybe he'll share it with me. Maybe he'll share with us. Guess we'll find out. The Crystal Grotto. Energy, Cosmos. This one's really pretty. As we all know, I am a major fan of anything shiny and rocks. This card is definitely shiny. Cowrie shells, passion and feminine power. Yeah, cowrie shells have a lot of like cultural significance for jewelry and things with a lot of different cultures. And the American South is no exception. The horseshoe, luck and chance. Says I'm filming this for about 3, I think, weeks, 2 weeks out. 2.5 weeks out from the Kentucky Derby. So maybe this will show its face if I do a drawing. And maybe that'll be a sign. Maybe I need to bet. Wild violet. Self-actualization and individuality. There's a little ladybug on there. It's a little ladybug. I love that purple. It contrasts the green so nicely. The possum. Diversity, plurality. He's cute too. I'm glad the internet has finally come around to recognize that possums are cute. I think all of the creatures on this planet can be cute. There's very few that I don't like. I can't really think of one that I don't like. Sassafras, healing and self-care. I'm not a huge fan of sassafras, like consuming it. And then there's our 45th card too. That's the last card in the deck. I always get this word wrong. Psalms book? Yeah. Rejoicing and faith. Book of Psalms. Little candles in the background. The crow. Dashed hopes and mourning. Yeah. Look at the details on the tiny little flowers in the very back over here. It's crazy. There's our crow friend. There's our crow friend. Instrument. Self-expression, Speaking Truth. This one is specifically a banjo, but you can see some, like a record here. It's almost like a record award here. And the detail on the wallpaper. So pretty. You can probably hear that airplane. Black Eyed Peas, Wealth and Prosperity. And the green cup. I have definitely seen a cup like this before. Come on now. A blue moon, second chances and magic. How pretty. I love the moon. The moon is one of my favorite things. The mockingbird. Prophecies and communication. It's in a pink dogwood tree, which probably adds to the meaning of the card. The peach. Fertility and love. When it comes down to favorite fruits, definitely peach. I love peach season here in the South. The cicada. I think some people might pronounce it more like cicada, but I always say cicada. I don't know which is the more southern way. Locust, probably. That's another one I know it is. I thought locusts were different, though. Do I have that right? I might have that right. But the cicada stand for metamorphosis and life cycle. I don't know a lot of people are fans of bugs. I don't mind cicadas, though. My whole childhood, every summer, it's just they've been in the background. Conch shell, homecoming, and afterlife. I would love to find one of these on the beach. Playing around with the lighting. Just a whole one. I've seen pieces, but I'd love a whole one that's vacant. I don't usually take from the beach, but if I stumbled upon a whole one that nobody was living in, I think I might have to take it. The crossroads. Road opener and decisions. Being from the Midwest, like the flat Midwest, I have seen plenty of these in my life. But going down south, the closer you get to that coastline, the flatter it gets. You'll see quite a few of these on these county roads. The stars in the night sky are pretty too. I think I'm just so pale, the light's like shining off of my arm, so I apologize if that's like absolutely blinding in the corner there. The bottle tree. Meditation and intercession. Sorry. I've seen them. I didn't get the idea, but I love the aesthetic of it. I love the look. Do you have a bottle tree? Or know someone who does? I love it. The abandoned plantation. Dismantling and ugly truths. I think we can all gather from those two keywords what's being said here. Very good choice for that. Hopefully when a bug flies past the window, you guys don't pick that up on that mic. Because that would be awful to hear in your ear. The salamander. Infinity and reinvention. I love amphibians. I love all creatures. But amphibians are cool. The hurricane lamp. Preparedness and inner light. Typically used at times of power outages, storms, hurricanes, tornadoes. That is the first card. Here we are. Dogwood blossom. Sacrifice and rebirth. There's tons of dogwoods flowering right now because it is spring. My allergies love it. It's probably not specifically the dogwoods either that are setting off my allergies. My car is talking again, sorry. Blackberries. Energy and independence. I do love me some blackberries. I'm not a fan of the seeds, but the flavor is great. We do have some blackberry bushes. And that means it's just such a symbol of the South. They just grow so prolific down here. The grove. Divinity and awe. All those tall trees. We'd always call them telephone pole trees because they'd be chopped down to use for telephone poles. Our last card is the 9th card, the Blessed Child. That's a bit of a depressing card. Purity and lost innocence. So referencing the old childhood, the child gravestones that you see in cemeteries and graveyards. So this is the last card. So what do you say we draw a card? What do you say, just for fun, we draw one out? Let me double check here. If there's any... Nope. There's no like recommended question or ways to lay out cards or anything. It is an oracle deck, so it's more of a question. So let's give some. Let's see what the cards have to say. To you all, to me, to all of us. This is where I admit I'm terrible at shuffling cards. Absolutely downright terrible at it. Downright terrible. So we're just doing some random things to shuffle these cards. They're not shuffled great, so take any advice that they give with a grain of salt. However, let's see if this deck has anything to share with us. And then cut the deck in fourths is how it wants to go. That's fine. I'm gonna cut it again, just for consistency's sake, and we'll cut it in half. So here is our top card. What does the deck have to share with us? Remember, Take this with a grain of salt because I did not shuffle this very well. Let's see what the deck has to offer us. Oh, the cicada. Let's read what it has to. Let's read what the cicada card is all about here. I guess I'll set them all back in the box so they don't all slide off my leg all at once onto the floor of my car. This is number 23. Here it is, the cicada. If your intuition led you to the cicada card, you are embarking on a time of deep personal metamorphosis. Although they stay underground for much of their lives, these insects break free and become active after years of hiding. This life energy serves as a direct calling to people who need to come out of obscurity and break free of restrictions that may have been confining them. The cicada card challenges you to reflect and be reborn as a new, more honest version of yourself. Perhaps you're not yet ready to emerge, and you are recognizing the importance of your underground phase, in which you are ruminating in the person you are to become. Cicadas, often called locusts in the south, I was right, have a long and transformative life cycle, which is why they are associated with longevity, metamorphosis, and reincarnation. They wait for years for the opportunity to emerge, so if you are a late bloomer, recognize that your emergence is never at the wrong time. Alright. So that is what the deck said it wants you to take with you. I highly recommend checking out this deck. If you'd like to see more of my oracle decks and tarot decks, just let me know. I can definitely do more videos on that. I want to thank you all for 98 subscribers. 30 of you came out of nowhere recently. So thank you very much for that. As always, if you have any suggestions, you can leave it in the comments. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful